Thank you for clicking on the AkronNewsNow.com update. I'm Lindsay McCoy, bringing you a look at the latest local news. Akron police finally pieced together what happened in a shooting on I-76 late Tuesday night. Lieutenant Rick Edwards says 22-year-old Kenneth Leland of Wiley Avenue was shot in the face and arm by a man in another car who pulled up alongside his vehicle on 76 at the Route 59 overpass. Leland flagged down another motorist who then called police. He was taken to Akron General Medical Center for treatment of what were termed serious but non-life-threatening injuries. Edwards says Leland cursed at detectives and asked them to leave when they tried to interview him. Now, detectives did find marijuana and charged him with drug possession. They still believe Leland knew his assailant, and the search continues for the gunman. Knowing Akron's Police Chief Gus Hall is soon retiring, the national search is on for his replacement. The Police Executive Research Forum says together with the City of Akron, they have posted a job description of what the department is looking for as it searches for its next leader. The successful candidate should be a proven leader with strong organizational, communication, and management skills. A candidate must also have 10 years of progressively responsible experience in political services, including 5 years of successful law enforcement management. Chief Hall will retire November 30th. As part of AkronNewsNow.com's conversations with the candidates, we profiled 2 of the 6 candidates seeking one of the 3 at-large seats open for Summit County Council. Pete Crossland and Amy Schwan, the 2 present an interesting contrast in style and approach. Crossland is a Democrat seeking re-election to a post that he's held either as an at-large or district representative since 1988, and his service makes him the dean of county council members. Crossland has also served as a member of the Ohio House of Representatives from 1973 to 1983, and he held a post of the Akron Director of Ohio Department of Youth Services. He does still keep busy serving as a Professor Emeritus of Political Science at Kent State University. Here's a quick look at the portion of his interview.
Executive and an elected prosecutor. All the other offices will be administrative offices, right, which is quite a dramatic, quite a dramatic shift.
Does that kind of set up more pressure on Summit County, though, and municipal government? Because it seems as though Summit County is looking, particularly with Akron, at a lot more areas where you can function share, not necessarily merger, but you can share functions. There's obviously a lot of drive that's economic right now because of need and shrinking dollars, is how do we do what we're doing together instead of doing it separately and more expensive. Is that a top priority of yours, to see more of an opportunity to go into that service?
I think it's a priority of most people. I mean, again, some people are more enthusiastic about it than others, but we have had a successful merging of the building departments of the City of Akron and Summit County. That's really going well. That's saving both sides money. We're now negotiating with some other cities to take over their building departments, and I think somewhere down the line you'll see a county building department that covers the whole county.
Kind of seen it in the health department too, right?
The health departments have recently merged as well, and that's a little more complicated and just beginning, but it's the kind of thing that happens, and we're in so much pain right now fiscally and economically, but that does put some pressures. I mean, it's just like the structure thing. It puts some pressures on us to think, well, how can we do this more efficiently? So the good thing you get out of a mess like we're in is that we really strain to try to consolidate functions and find ways to save revenue.
And you can watch the rest of his interview in its entirety on AkronNewsNow.com. Just look in the local news or political sections. On to the other candidate. Amy Schwan is a Republican seeking her first elected office. She's a founding member of the Summit County Tea Party and remains active in the movement. Schwan's background includes a bachelor's degree in education science from Ohio University, where she was the president of her sorority. Schwan is retired, but she has worked in the hospital industry, including management of family-owned businesses in Akron and hotel management in Florida, before returning home. Here's a look at her interview.
Public safety, infrastructure, and environmental. I really think we need to have a sewer fund in case any of the sewers break or whatever. We don't want to get in the same trouble as Akron did, getting sued by the EPA. There needs to be some kind. It'd probably be taxpayer funded, hopefully, small, but we need to start creating a fund in case there is a catastrophe with our sewers. I think the county government shouldn't be involved in social issues. I mean, personal social issues, not just the special interest groups in that sense. But, taking care of families and the elderly, absolutely, but not specific special interest groups that might want something from the county.
Early voting continues through Monday, November 1st at the Summit County Job Center located at 1040 East Talmadge Avenue in Akron. Weekday hours are from 8 a.m. until 8 p.m. and weekend hours are from noon to 4 p.m. Polls are open all day on Election Day, November 2nd at precincts throughout Summit County, starting at 6:30 a.m. all the way until 7:30 p.m. that night. Moving on to our Halloween coverage for this week, have you stocked up on your candy that you're going to pass out trick-or-treat night? Well, if it's Raisinets and they're part of your stash, you may want to go shopping for some new treats. Nestle is voluntarily recalling Raisinets in the 10-ounce fun-size bags. The company says the product may contain undeclared peanuts. While there's only been a handful of complaints by consumers, those with peanut allergies are advised not to eat them. Production code of the candy that's involved and a number for customer service can be found on AkronNewsNow.com. And this week, we're showcasing stories from AkronScreams.com, your go-to source for trick-or-treat times, Halloween event listings, and spooktacular local stories. If you're looking for a challenge, there are plenty of twists and turns at the corn stalks at the Mays Valley Market and Winery in Hartville.
Deep in Hartville sits a family establishment filled with fall fun. The Mays Valley Market and Winery on Route 619 offers a variety of different events that can swallow up an entire day. Bill Backen, who calls himself the fun czar at Mays Valley, says there is plenty to do.
If you're a family, depending on how your family is made up, you can spend 4 to 6 hours with us. The corn maze alone, to complete all the games and the activities in there, you're looking at an hour and a half, 2 hours sometimes. The wagon ride to the pumpkin patch, you can pick a pumpkin if you so choose. This year they're $2, $5, and $10, so no pumpkin is more than $10, even, no matter how big it is. And the little ones we just get $2 for. I mean, we have Marlboro Madness, our pneumatic pumpkin cannon here. The shows go on every hour from noon to 6. We shoot at a van down there. We do long range shots. This old girl has a range of up to about a half a mile, if you can see it when it gets out there. We have the Nasshog pig races, we have duck races in here, we have the corn bin box, you have a straw crawl, Noah's Ark box, a boat over there, a sand bin box, tire crawl, little things called rascal racers. There's a lot of different things. There's a little finger fortune for the little kids maze. So if you just have wee little ones, you don't want to get into the big maze, that's cool. We have a little finger fortune. You go and rub your hands on crayon and you come out and match them all up and make you do things like quack like a duck, oink like a pig, those type of things. If you want the big adventure, you go in the big maze. It has a text message game in there, rub stations, decoder lenses, and all these other type of things. If you complete the whole game sheet, the word find, the jumble, and all that kind of stuff, it takes about an hour and a half or so.
The mazes are very disorienting, creating an eerie feeling. And speaking of spooky, almost reliving Stephen King's classic story Children of the Corn, there's an outdoor haunted attraction that winds its way through the dark corn stalks. Known as Carnage in the Corn, it takes its brave guests along a walk through the woods filled with monsters and creatures under the harvest moon.
In the dark here, along about 7:30 or so, we open up the Carnage in the Corn haunted corn maze and woods walk. It's a separate attraction, so if you have wee little ones, don't worry about it. Don't go there. But we make it a family haunt too. It's fun. It's scary. It's old school stuff. It's a lot of suspense. Set your mind up, and then we let you scare yourself. It takes about 20 to 25 minutes to walk through. There's 9 to 10 scenes in there. You're walking through some sorghum corn mix, and then there are some scenes out there, and we help you along with your imagination.
Carnage in the Corn is a separate admission. This year, Mays Valley has brought in a special attraction known as Megasaurus. It's a very unique experience and a big draw to fans of pyrotechnics and destruction.
He's a metal-eating, car-crushing, 48,000-pound dinosaur. He just lives up the street, as a matter of fact, and he performs at a lot of your national monster truck rallies. So if you go on YouTube or something, you can see Megasaurus. It's quite unique. He actually picks a car up, breathes fire, and chews it in two.
Megasaurus is also the theme to this year's big corn maze. By the end of the fall season, Backen says they expect more than 20,000 people to visit the farm.
Most of the time when the kids leave here, they're draped over the parent's shoulder and they're out.
With AkronScreams.com, I'm Ryan Haydett.
Thanks, Ryan. I love shopping down there. And remember that we have more local event listings and spooky stories you can find on AkronScreams.com. As we look at our local forecast, we are a little chilly, especially in the evening hours. And as we look at the trick-or-treat weekend, it will cool down. A high of 51 degrees for your Thursday, low 37 tonight. Mostly cloudy skies today. Friday, 51 for your high, low 35. Partly cloudy skies on Friday. As we look at the 5-day forecast for your Halloween weekend, we'll start Saturday with 60 degrees. But look, the low's going to drop down to 40. Partly cloudy skies. You will need a coat at night, I'm sure. On Sunday, high of 55, low 41. Partly cloudy skies. And as we look at the work week on Monday, high of 55 degrees. We're back to work with partly cloudy skies. Maybe a little bit of sunshine in there, we hope. Continue to follow AkronNewsNow.com for the latest local news, sports, weather, and traffic updates 24/7. And you can also follow our news updates on Facebook and Twitter, too. For AkronNewsNow.com, I'm Lindsay McCoy.